Hello everyone, welcome to another Cramsic Reviews, and today we are looking at Studio Series 1986 movie Grimlock. So he's a leader class figure, and as you can see here, he comes with a small wheelie figure accessory. I'm calling a figure accessory because he really doesn't transform. And as you can see here, he's also got a gun with his accessory. So it's got two accessories for this figure, which is Wheelie and his regular 2-barrel gun. And here he is in his mighty T-Rex form. And from my observation, he's a little bit shorter than the MP08 size version of Grimlock, which is the masterpiece. But he almost looks the same, except that some parts have been simplified. But he's a very sturdy figure. Joints are really well placed, and here we have Wheelie, which we remove him for a while. There's not much articulation with that figure, except that he's sitting right smack in the back of Grimlock, and with a double barrel Grimlock gun that comes with him. Although you have to attach him sideways in his Dinosaur, and when he's on his Dinosaur alt mode, which is pretty weird. So you attach it there in the back. Yep. And as for Wheelie, not much articulation in this figure, although they do have some ball joints that makes him move around some of his parts, like his arms, his legs, his knees are fixed, his head rotates as well. But yep, you can sit there in the corner for a while, Wheelie. So if you have your Legends class Wheelie from the Titans Return, my suggestion might want to hold on to that for now. So we are going to take out the gun in the back and measure his height in his T-Rex mode. So he's approximately around 8 inches from head to foot, or 20 centimeters. So he's a bit shorter with that of the MP Masterpiece Grimlock. And as you can see, those gold accents that he has, he doesn't have the transparent effects that he has in the Masterpiece. So this one's more simplified. And those holes on the other side of his face in the Dinosaur mode, it's pretty much annoying. And it's got some few teeth in the front that are missing. But it's got articulation on the head. You can also move the jaws. His small hands are also articulated, although the wrists of the small arms of the dinosaur doesn't move compared to the Masterpiece. And it's painted white, it's molded in white, plain white, unlike in the Masterpiece, which is a very nice silver. But it's got knee joints for the dinosaur mode, which you can lock in, and also there's no articulation on the tail, which I think is much better, because in the Masterpiece it tends to get loose once you move the tail. And they got also some weapon slots or pegs for your weaponizers if you want to put them in. So I'm just here showing what it could be done, and you can use your creativity or imagination and put other weaponizer weapons, which one you would prefer. Make him like a Zoid type dinosaur or T-Rex. Articulation wise, on his dinosaur mode, well, his legs is ratcheted, and his knees can also bend, and his head can move upwards, and his neck can also rotate. And as I've said before, his small arms are also, as you can see here with the back, I find it a bit flat, but compared to the Masterpiece. And his tails, it doesn't really move because of the feet that's kind of fixed. But it's very sturdy in his alt mode. It's a very good T-Rex. So now let's try to transform him to his alt mode. First things first, we fold the head of the dinosaur and fold it in the back. Open up his chest part, which will serve as the wings in his robot form. It's pretty much easy. Then you open up the bottom of his tail, which will serve as his legs, and you can move up that golden part where it would in turn be the torso of Grimlock. So you fold the tail in and you flip out the half part of the leg. As you can see here, it's pretty easy. There, just turn it around and you got your dinosaur knee and your knees, robot knees. And then with the heel, so in the back of the leg, you fold in the tail inwards and just clip it there. And then the heel part would come from that part of the legs of Grimlock. So as you can see here, it's almost in his robot form. You pop out the head and you snap the torso in front. There you go. Mine's a bit still stiff. And as you can see, if you lock in the elbows, it will bend on the opposite side in his in his robot mode. Then you flip out the wrists, although it doesn't have a covering compared to the Masterpiece. So there, we've got our Grimlock robot mode. Just a bit. So there's a bit of articulation with regards to the wings in his robot mode. So you could raise it up, or you can raise it down as well. And you clip the part of the head in the back of the robot there. You can see, so it's fixed. Very stable. It's got waist rotation as well. Waist rotation. And it's a bit looking down. It's got those blue eyes in his head as well. Let me fix my camera and focus on. This figure is really big. There, you can move those arms any way you like, on what angle. So he's got head rotation. You can move up a bit, and his arms go wide outwards, and it's ratcheted when you rotate it. His elbows fold up to that part, and he's got wrist rotation. And he's got arms rotation as well, in his biceps. There. And it's got waist rotation, as I've said before. And you can move the feet frontwards, legs frontwards and backwards, goes like that. As thigh rotation. His knees bend as well. And a slight ankle tilting on the side. Oh, gotta clip this. Well, there you go. And there we have it. Grimlock in his robot mode. The leader of the Dinobots. Yeah. And you can also attach the gun, of course, in his hands. You can hold it that way with no obstruction, even from the claws of the dinosaur. We can also put Wheelie on his shoulders. It's got a peg there that holds it. If you want Wheelie sitting in his left shoulder. Yeah. And as you can see, there's the blue visor, and also his chest. It's got that darker transparent, where the Autobot logo is underneath it. And you can also add more weapons in those weaponizer slots if you wanted to. Just here showing it. And with that, we can also, let's take it out of the way, move it out of the way first. And we can also put blast effects. You can use it as well with the gun, Grimlock. So there, you can attach it on the tip of the gun. Oh. Mine's a bit not stable, so might as well use the smaller one. So there, as you can see, just an example. You can also attach the blast effects if you wanted to. And there, so we have Grimlock, leader of the Dinobots, with Wheelie on his shoulders. There you go. So let's try to have some animation transformation like those of the bumper ads for effect.
We now return to the Transformers.
So if we would look closely with Earthrise Optimus Prime with regards to their height difference, as you can see Grimlock's a bit I think it's more accurate with this series, even with the War for Cybertron series. As you can see there, the Autobot logo is right inside his chest with a darker transparent covering. As I've said before, it's a pretty neat figure, and if we're gonna look at him during his robot mode, as you can see everything's cleanly placed. So you can also attach the gun in his back. You can store it in his back like there. Pretty good storage for gun. And here he is with the rest of the 86 characters, which this one is with War for Cybertron, Siege, Ultra Magnus. So he's a bit taller than Ultra Magnus. And here he is with Blur, Studio Series Blur from the 86 movies as well, and Cup. So they're pretty much the same height with Cup and Blur, and also Hot Rod, which is a Voyager class in this with this figure. But there, as you can see, the size differences with these guys. So leader class Grimlock it is.
Grimlock, get your noodle out of my face! Me, Grimlock, love Cub's war stories. You're living one now. Tell Grimlock about Petro Rabbits again. I'll kill you, Petro Rabbits.
So this is another Studio Series figure to look out for. Very sturdy Grimlock, very nice figure. Almost close to the masterpiece, except some parts have been simplified. But overall, it's a good figure. So once again, thank you for watching to my channel, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Grand Seek Reviews. Till then,